So this is the stuff we had left over from the cabin doing the logs.
Look, it's a piece of pie! Man, this sucks.
We have a design flaw. We're back at it. Got to get those chickens out of the house. Where we left off, we had just kind of got the beams up, posts in the ground, and now we've got to get the roof on, get the wire on, build the actual coop portion, which is kind of just going to be winging it as we go. We'll see how it ends up. So I spared you the pain of all the time it took me to do the math to make sure I got my rafters right. We're doing a 312 pitch, which is really flat, but it's going to be so low to the ground, snow does build up, it's not going to be a big deal to sweep it off. Alright, I've got the roof ready for metal. So I suppose the next step is starting the floor of the actual coop. So we're looking for 18 inches underneath. That's going to be part of their run that they can access. And then we'll have our floor, which is going to take up about 6 inches. And then we're looking for, on this low side, a minimum of 3 feet. Doesn't have to be exact. We just want to be somewhere around 18 and somewhere around 3 feet. If it works out an inch or two one way or the other, that's not going to be the end of the world. Got an old 4x6. It's 12 feet long. It's been laying mixed in with a pile of firewood since we were working on the cabin. I think I'm going to, it's a little bit twisted and warped, but it's free. I'm going to attempt to notch into these posts for that 4x6 to sit on. not so much like that ledge needs to hold it up. It just gives us a flat surface to screw to. Because I got two choices. Either I make this log flat or I make my lumber round. So we'll give that a shot. And then if that works okay, this will be our 4x6. If I can get that to work, then we'll attempt the same thing on this side to run our 2x6 over. Perfect.
Right, Memorial Day weekend is over. We had some family up. They headed home, and then we had a ton of rain. So we're finally back to work on the chicken coop. And when I say we, I mean Levi. He has been busting his butt on this thing, and it's looking so good. A big thing for me when planning this was to have the entire run covered. We get so much rain. I mean, we got 2 to 3 inches of rain just yesterday. This big open wall here, like the tall side, is facing south, so they will still get plenty of sun. And we do plan on letting them out quite a bit so they can forage and just kind of get out in the grass.
A parallelogram. Dive that. I mean, if you're out in the middle here, just dive that thing down in the dirt. If we're close to those holes, then we need to struggle with a shovel.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just
Yeah, I know.
trash.
Look, it's a piece of pie. Now that's a much better way to do it. Well, yeah, of course it's hard on it, but you tap that saw in Colorado and it'd be dull.
Hi. Oh.
So this is the stuff we had left over from the cabin doing the logs, between the logs.
Right.
But we're definitely gonna need more. That's okay though. I didn't know how much we had. I didn't want to go buying a whole bunch.
Right.
Not knowing.
So I know there are a lot of ways that we could insulate this chicken coop besides insulation that's expensive. People have done sawdust. I've seen people actually use wool that has been sheared off of sheep. We don't have sheep, and our sawdust is absolutely soaked all the time. It would have to be really dry in order to not just totally mold in the walls. So we're just doing insulation. We can hit -40 pretty easily in the winter, and this will help me sleep at night knowing they're nice and warm. Let's not
This
touch it.
is fiberglass.
Yeah, let's not touch it, buddy. He's like, but Dad's touching it. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Nothing you can do about that. I just walk hunchback all the way around it.
I've hit my head like 4 times on that side. And I am the short one. The sun. It has returned to us. Bolt's happy about it. Gus could care less as usual.
go, dear?
Raining.
Is it? Got these knots from tree branches and just the contour of the log, and instead of spending all day trying to trace all that and jigsaw it out to fit right, I'm gonna try and just cut a 1/2-inch notch in the log with the chainsaw that the plywood will just kind of tuck into. It might not work, but that's where we're gonna start. See how it goes. Okay, it took a little bit of chiseling, but that's what we're looking at. I haven't tried fitting it yet, so.
Good morning, Bolt. Hi, buddy. Come on, guys. All right, it's a little rainy out this morning, but we're gonna try and get the wire up today. We do need to get more insulation. We'll be in town tomorrow, so we're gonna get everything we can done that doesn't include putting in insulation. Really think we can get this done in the next few days. And by we, I mean Levi. He's the one working super hard on it. You got anything to say?
You need more chicken food already?
The chickens are getting big fast. So we're pretty ready to have them outside.
Does that look like a good height? Somewhere right in there?
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. You want up?
You want to come up and help?
Dun, da, da, da. Whoa! Whoa! Last night Levi got the inside boards up. This is all insulated on this side and on that side. We still need insulation now for the ceiling, and then each of these walls and the floor is insulated as well. So that's all good and done.
We're gonna get this piece of plywood on today. Go ahead and get our door and our ramp done. And then tomorrow we have to go to town. We'll get more insulation to go in here.
But then, since we're out of insulation, that's kind of next on the walls, we're going to get the wire up. And with the wires up, theoretically, we can put the chickens out during the day, give them a little bit more space, stretch their legs. They're getting a little crowded. Levi gave me a job. I have a job. I have a job. All the time I'm like, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? And he just kind of looks at me like, you're useless.
What colors are there? We need to get rid of that stuff.
No, we're gonna keep using it on stuff like this. We got this stuff. If you've been following long enough, you might remember it was $7 a gallon at Lowe's or something like that. So we just loaded up on it. It was just, I think it was originally $40 a gallon. It was on a huge sale. The pigment is like separated, like it was on sale for a reason. And I love it because I can just stain anything and not feel bad about it because it's all so expensive usually. You already tired, mister? All right. You gonna help Mama? So for the record, the coop, the whole coop itself is going to be stained with the same exact stain we did on the cabin and on the outhouse. Yeah, that's gonna be Mom's tool. Thank you. So it's going to match everything. That is a very, very expensive stain, but it's also a really high quality stain. So it'll last a long time. These boards are going at the very bottom of the wire. They'll be kind of partially dug into the ground. Well, yeah.
Oh.
So I don't want to use the expensive stain on them, but I also don't want to just put them down there to just start rotting right now. So we're gonna just slather on this cheap crap. Nice and thick. Well, I'm not going to do any kind of sand or anything, not right now. I'm just gonna leave it like the nasty natural dirt that it is. So the reason I've seen people won't use sand in Alaska is we have, the air has so much moisture in it. Like, we're just so humid that in the winter time it will freeze like rock solid. You know, all that moisture builds up all summer, and then come winter, it's not like we like dry out right before winter. We go from rain to snow like overnight. Oh, thank you, buddy. Oh, careful, that's that stain.
Oh.
Thanks, buddy. That's a good spot. Okay.
Oh.
What do you say? Let me see how it looks.
You want to notch these in? Dang. That's pretty good for a board on the ground.
I'm not going to worry about making this look good on the inside.
But what are the chickens going to think?
I really don't care. That's all good. What do you think?
I don't know, mermaid or bird or... Yeah.
Don't have to hold in a chicken.
Yep.
You want to paint the whole inside, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and get what's in, a layer, a coat. Because the floor could probably use 2 coats. The walls are probably fine with 1. Battery cell. Thanks. We just kind of need to get this drying. We're really hoping to have the chickens in here in like the next few days. It's not a good painting day. It's all rainy. So I'm just thinking, let's just get it drying so we can get them in here because they're driving us crazy.
How's it going?
I'm about to go under. And when you're making noises, it kind of takes a minute. But... Oh God, who signed me up for this? For the inevitable question, why didn't you paint that earlier? Before it was on? Well, it's been pouring rain for like a week. We thought we'd get a sunny day to do it, and we haven't. So here I am. It's got to get done, people. Oh man, this sucks. Ah!
sprays are really popping.
Oh, shut up.
Well, that's silly. We don't go that far down for our middle one, huh?
No.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not very good.
Uh-oh. Wanna roll that back up? That's like 48 and a half.
Oh. It's almost like you built this thing square.
Round. Trapezoid.
Round.
Scared. I don't want to talk about it.
What are you doing?
Hold that in, would you? How's you? Ow. Jeez, break my boards.
I got it. Come on, Henry. We gotta do this over here.
Oh boy.
Ah! Ah! This is scary. Stop it! What's wrong? Okay.
You want to stand here? Keep it up.
Yeah, no. Someone is feeling needy. He says, you guys have been working on this for too long. I'm done. Oh. Cut some off so that was right. That's pretty nice. I like that wire quite a bit, I think. It was a good choice. Just a nice middle ground, you know? Between chicken wire and something a little sturdier.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, up or down? Up. So watch them, that sharp edge. Huh? Again, the rain is being a real pain. We're working on it. But Levi has been putting in the work today still while Henry and I stay out of this chilly rain. So let's get an update. This is our outer door where I'll be able to come check on them. You got my other, oh yeah, we got the roof up. Can you tell it rained on my paint? We bought more insulation. Not overly worried about the rained on paint, especially on the ceiling. We got all the wire up. Can't see you guys. We got the wire kind of coming down and out. Bury that in some gravel once we get some gravel here. And it's really good and tight. Really happy with this wire. This is a chicken stucco wire from Alaska Farm Supply. And it's been really kind of easy to work with. Really nice mixture between like sturdy, and I like the 2-inch gaps for keeping out smaller pests, things like ermine, which are basically weasels. We'll get in here, and frankly an ermine might be able to fit through that depending how big it is, but it should be able to keep out a marten, which I'm a little more worried about than ermine. And it's still pretty hefty, you know. If a bear wants in here, a bear's getting in here. But
hello,
how's it going?
good. I just got to finish that front wall, which wouldn't take long, but let's see if the rain lets up a little bit. Finish the wall, which won't take long, and then the 3 doors.
So yeah, outside that big door, this little door, and then the walk-in door. Yeah. And that's kind of going to be a pain.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, we're really close.
It is.
And then we got to put that one little piece of wire.
Yes. Yeah, up front. But we need the wall up first, so.
Gonna cameraman for a little bit. Go get Mom. See what she's doing. Oh, you're gonna put it back there? Oh, that's a good spot. I like where you had it. Oh.
Oh my gosh, you got the camera? Yeah, that's a nice door. I like the hat. That looks good. Hi.
About like that.
Are you hiding from the rain? Alright, just gotta get some wire up.
Yep, we gotta put. Well, I still gotta insulate that door.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do the wire though,
While I'm out
because that insulated door just has to be done by winter.
here. Yeah.
So we get this wire up, and then it's chicken ready.
Oh man, we're so close to done. It is so chilly and rainy today. I'm gonna get some of the spare wire laid in some spots I need it. It will be buried in gravel. I think he's got to do some wire on the big man door going into the run. Oh, and we have to spray foam. And it's ready for chickens, which is so exciting. I really want them out of my house, honestly. Man, the mosquitoes are out. Levi's suffering today.
By 31.
My shoes are dirty. They're so cool though, huh?
Yeah, they are the coolest shoes I've ever seen.
Can you, what? Say it louder. How cool are they?
Pretty stinking cool.
I can't hear you. We're calling it done for now. Good enough for chickens. This door needs to be insulated. We need to spray foam. Once, I'll get that one soon. On a nicer day, we want to go through and cut every little sharp piece of wire here. That inside little chicken door needs like some kind of blocking in it that Levi is going to do later. And just like little here there stuff. Like I've said, all of this wire that's kind of along the ground is going to get buried in gravel once we have a neighbor that's going to bring us some more gravel. Levi's going to put like a block up here to keep that from wiggling, but otherwise the door's nice and sturdy. I love every inch of it. It's amazing. It is really surprisingly chilly out tonight. So I'm going to check. We'll see what the weather's doing tomorrow night. I don't really want to just ship the chickens from like the 65-degree cabin to like really cold overnight. Huge shout out to Levi. He's worked really hard on this. A lot of the clips you've seen, he was working on it after dinner, 8 p.m. while we had guests here. Just making sure to get her done so we can have a little more fun this summer. We spent all last summer building our cabin, so we don't want to spend all summer this year building things, but once we move on from this, it'll be on to the decks, hopefully some fishing trips.
Is it so heavy? Holy smokes. Thanks, buddy.
Man, that was kind of a lot of drama.
You're so funny.
Explain the design flaw you just discovered.
We have a design flaw.
We're trapped.
Uh-oh. How are we going to get out now?